we have very happy to invite our marketing lecturer, Joe. So he's our key speaker, and he will address how to help you to prepare the best ICs and CVs to outstanding your performance during the application process. And also, we have invite our two scholars, which is Mary Houghton, our academic excellence scholar, and also the Teresa, which is a diversity scholar. So both of them were sharing their experience, learning experience, and also the living experience in our Singapore campus. And also they will give you the tips how they prepare their applications to entitle for our scholarship. Okay, so back to the speaker profile and introduce myself first. So my name is Johnny, and I'm the master program advisor, and I'm helping students prepare application for all of our master program for both Singapore and the France campus. So I have a list on my LinkedIn profile here. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions. And also very happy to invite our Professor Joe, just already mentioned. So I also list down the Professor Joe's LinkedIn profile here. So feel free to reach out to him. Two of our current students, and later they were sharing their experience. First of all, and just very quickly go through the profile. And tonight is already session 5, so I think in the first 4 sessions, you already have a go through our school profile and the school history and some of the programs. You have already listened the program director introduce our nice curriculums and the course structures to you. So here I'm just very quick to go through it. And tonight the sessions is more focused on the scholarship and how you can get a good scholarship through the application process. So ESSEC Business School is the French business school, top European ranking, which is the number 9 best European business school in Financial Times. And we have a very long history as a business school established by 1907. So until now, we already have a 117 years history. And because of the long history, so we have a very strong alumni networking over the world. We have in total, we have more than 71,000 alumni across all over the world. And be part of the business school. If you join the school as our students, you will get a strong alumni networking support for your future internships and job placements. And currently, we have close to 7,500 student studies with us, and close to 38% are international students, and they are coming from more than 100 nationalities. Okay, and in terms of the ranking, so you can see the most of the recent ranking here. And most of our master program is a top 5 ranking over the world and number 1 in Asia. So in this experience week, you have go through all the different sessions. You will understand deeply about the different programs. So yesterday we have a go through the first 3 program, which is data science, sensibility transformation, and also the hospitality and management program. So tonight, just now, we have a go through the marketing management program. And tomorrow, we have another sessions to focus on marketing finance and the marketing marketing program. So basically, for this whole week, we want to do in the faculty showcase through the alumni panel discussion and also the guest speaker sessions for you to have a better understanding of about our program. Okay, so in terms of the master program profile, you will able to see here. So although we are the French business school, a lot of students will concern about, okay, what is the percentage of the international student you have? So actually, across all of our master program, we have more than 50% are international students, which you can see the figure here. 45% are French students and 55% are international students, which means when you study with us, is a very diversity background. And in terms of the class profile, students profile, not everybody from the business background, so which you can able to see is only about less than 50% they from the business management and economics background. Rather than that, we have students from science, engineering, data science, and a different background. So which means our business school is a very diverse and open mindset, where welcome all discipline students come to apply with us. Okay, so alumni networking. So this is very important for the business school studies. And alumni is not about the networking, is also talking about the support. So we, as I have a very strong alumni networking, especially for the certain industry like luxury, like FMCG and finance consulting industries. You can see some big names here, and how the alumni support the school studies, which is uh, throughout the master program. During the programs, we do have an industry visit, we have a business trips, and also we have alumni networking sessions. And we give you the opportunity to meet our alumni and build up your personal relationship with them. And through the alumni networking, you will able to sourcing your job opportunities, including the internship, apprenticeship, and also the job placements. So alumni is very important for the business school, and we do encourage all our students start from the first day of your class to build up your personal relationship and link up with all the alumni members. And in the future, you will become part of them as well. Okay, talking about the campus. So IDA Business School is a very international, and in total we have 4 campuses, which 2 campuses located in our France, in France. Cergy is our main campuses, followed by the La Défense, is located in central of Paris, which is a more conduct executive education program, MBA and EMBA program. We have 2 overseas international campus. The first one, which is established by 2005 in Singapore, and also this is the only campus in Asia. And the latest by 2018, we have Africa campus, which is located in capital of the Morocco in Rabat. So most of our master program, you have option to study in the different campuses, and we give you the mobility options. You can choose to start your program in different campuses, and then meanwhile, you can switch to the other campus. Depends on the program. Okay, so next picture, just want to show you how the campus looks like. So this is our Cergy campus, located in Cergy Protras, which is nearby the Paris. Take train probably around 40 to 45 minutes. And this is our Singapore campus, located in the south central, which is close to most of the tech firm and entrepreneurship platforms. And this is our Morocco campus. Okay, so in total, we have a lot of program to offer. And for international students, we are offering these 7 English programs. So all these 7 programs taught in English. And we do not require students need to have a French before you join the program. Instead, during the studies, either the 1 year or 2 years program, we will teach you French as a foreign language. But if you already can speak French, you can pick up another language like Chinese Mandarin, Korean, Japanese, Spanish. Third language is a compulsory subjects under your master studies. So these are the 7 programs we are listing. We are offering for international students, which is a master in management. This is our flagship program and also have a very long history. When the school established, the program is already there, and followed by the different MSc program, which is focused on the different industry and the different areas, like master in finance, master in data science and business analytics, master in strategy management of international business, master in marketing management and digital, master in sustainability transformation, and the last one, which is the master in hospitality management. Just be mindful the different program is offering in the different campuses. Later, I will show you another table. You are able to see which program is delivered in France and which program delivered in Singapore. Okay, I'm just go through very quick overview about all the programs because tonight's session we are more focused on the scholarship showcase and how you can build up the successful application. So very quick overview. And instead, in the different sessions, also our program director already mentioned some of the program. So if you want to find more about the curriculum, more about the course structures, please stay with us with the different sessions, and you will learn more about the program. So as I mentioned, the first program, which is our master management program, the French name is a Granical program. So this is our flagship program, very long history. When school established, the program also established. So the current ranking is the number 5 worldwide in Financial Times and the number 1 in Asia. So the program have two different tracks, which is intensive 1 year track and the flexible track, which is allow you to complete the program in 2 to 3 years. This program have a very strong global connection and global networking, which is allow you in the year 2 of the master degree to do the exchange and the double degree, which you have a more than 105 exchange per university as an option. And there are 12 degrees in total. Sorry, in total, there is a 15 degrees for the double degree options, which is 11 international double degree and 3 international dual degree and 1 French double degrees. Okay, followed by our MSc program, first one, which is Master in Finance. So this program is very focused on the finance industries, which we are offering the three tracks at the corporate finance, financial market, and also the fintech analytics. So this program is delivered in both France and Singapore campus, and you have an option, choose to start the program in the different campus. And in between, you can mobility and transfer to the other campus based on your demanding and also based on your career plans. So the program currently ranked number 3 in Financial Times worldwide and also number 1 in Asia. Third program I want to introduce, which is our Master in Data Science and the Business Analytics program. The short name is DSBA. So this is a dual degree, which is a collaboration between either Business School and Central Supply, which is one of the top engineering school in France. This program established by 2014 also currently have a very high ranking, which is in QS, the number 3 worldwide ranking. The program also deliver in 3 different tracks, which is focused on data science, business analytics, and AI and the digital strategy. So for students, you have to start the program in France, and in between, based on the different tracks, you have an option to come to Singapore, or you can stay the France to complete the whole program. So this is how this DSB program structure looks like. And the next program is our strategy management and the international business program. So this program established by 1996 and is very focused on strategy management and international business. Is also talking about the strategy management and consulting management. This program is also offered both in France and Singapore. But if you apply for the 2 years program, which is the M1 level plus M2 level, you have to start from France. And Singapore only offer the M2 level, which is a year 2 of the master degree. If you apply for the 1 year of the master, which is M2 level of program, you can choose either France or Singapore. This program also have a double degree option, which is a collaboration with the University of the South Carolina from America. Also, you have option to do exchange with the Queen's University in Canada and CUHK from Hong Kong to do the exchange. Okay, then we move to the program, which is a Master in Marketing Management Digital. So this program is only 1 year and only delivered in Singapore campus. This program is quite new. We are established from 2017, and this program is focused on the digital marketing and the luxury marketing. And this program is in Singapore is only program deliver luxury relevant studies, which is we are very unique in Singapore. And this program is 1 year, very intensive, focused on digital and the luxury marketing. For students, if you are looking for the Singapore career development, and especially for the digital marketing and the luxury marketing, this is the best program for you to consider. The program also have a very high ranking, currently in number 1 in Asia, number 2 worldwide in QS, and the number 1 in Asia in QS ranking. Okay, the next program, which is the Master in Sensibility Transformation. This program is only delivered in France and also is a 1 year program. So if you want to study this program, you have to complete the whole program in France. This program also offers the 3 majors, which is management consultant and finance analytics and reporting, plus another major, which is give you the option to study, to choose 6 chairs to become a specialized. And this program is also very new, but this program is very demanding for the market, and especially for some development countries like Japan, Indonesia, Thailand. In the recent years, there is a very strong demanding from the government and from the private sector. A lot of people looking for the sensibility transformation program because this is a future market trends. And study with the sensibility transformation, you can work with the ESG, corporate responsibilities, and also the green jobs. So that is I would like to say is a very good future program, still developing. But if you want to focus on this area to be a consultant, or you want to do the sensibility jobs in the future, this is the best program for you to consider it. Okay, then we move to the last program, which is our Master in Hospitality Management program. This program is also only delivered in France, and there's two tracks, which is the internship track and the apprenticeship track. Internship track is allow you to do the 1 year study and another 1 year for internship, and in between you can do the exchange with Boston University in America. And the apprenticeship, which is 2 years, you can do the study and the work at the same time. So apprenticeship is a very unique study model in France, which allow our student to get a company sponsor. And you will be 1 week time, you will be probably study for 3 days and work for another 2 days. So work and study, learning by doing, emphasize at the same time. So this program is only available in France and focused on the hospitality management, tourism management as well. Okay, so very quick overview about all our 7 international program, and followed by the admission calendars. So now we are already in the round 1 application. Some of the program has just closed the applications, like Master in Management closed 5 days before. And by today, we have a close for Master in Finance and Data Science for round 1 applications. And in the next few days, next week, we'll close for Strategy Management, Master of the Sensibility Transformation, and the latest by 25th of October, we will close for Master in Marketing Digital program. So through this table, also you can see the campus option. So some program will deliver in both France and Singapore campus. Some program is you need to start from France, and you have an option come to Singapore, like third program DSBA. So start from France, you can move to Singapore as an option. Some program is either France or Singapore. Like a SME program for 2 years, you have to start from France. For 1 year, you can choose either France or Singapore. Some programs only in Singapore, like MMD. Some programs only in France, like a sensibility transformation and hospitality management. Okay, so this is the admission calendar for your information. The next one, which is, okay, so tonight we focus on this part, scholarship showcase. So a lot of students were asking, as a business school, do you offer scholarship? Do you have any kind of financial support? The answer is definitely yes. We welcome all the talent students, the top students come to apply for us, and we are willing to give strong scholarship to support you for future studies. So talking about the scholarship, we have a list down the sample of scholarship here. But of course, you can always check from the different program page under the financing. There's a list on the different program. In general, we have these 2 scholarship, which is the ESSEC Academic Excellence Scholarship and the ESSEC Region Diversity Scholarship. So the first scholarship is based on your academic performance, based on your GPA, based on your GMAT or GRE, your reputation university, and your academic achievements. The diversity scholarship will based on your international exposure, the language you can speak, the nationality you have, and anything you are uni and internationals. So later I will get our student, current student, to explain to you how they prepare their applications to get the different scholarships, and followed by our program specific scholarship, like a Woman in International Business Scholarship, and also we have a Woman in Data Science scholarship, and some programs like MMD program, we have a Singaporean and the PR scholarship. So those scholarship is the target for the specific program, like Singaporean scholarship is for MMD program, Women International Business Scholarship for the SME program, Data Science program, Women in Data Science Scholarship is for DSB program, and this Adrian's Singapore Track Scholarship is for Master in Finance program. So different programs also have their own specific program scholarship. So you can check from the our web page to see which program linked to the which specific scholarships. There's also description for you to understand whether you are eligible for the scholarship and how the process. Besides these two types of scholarship, which is the general scholarship, apply for all the program, and the program specific scholarship. Also, we do have the other scholarship, which is through the third party. I think the most famous one is the effort excellence scholarship, especially for the student who want to apply for the France study in France. You are interested for this scholarship. So this scholarship is from the Campus France, which is a gift to international students who study in France. So these scholarships don't cover your tuition, but it's cover your living expenses, which is a monthly give you the allowance 1,181 euros. So every year is increasing, and it can be covered for the 2 years of the durations. So in order to apply for the effort scholarship, you have to get admission in round one, which means you have to get an offer in round one applications. Why? Because of the yearly effort scholarship, the deadline, which is closed by January. So before January, you have to be admitted in ESSEC program, and you have to accept the offer. Besides the effort scholarship, also we have CIMB Asian Scholarship. So this is a scholarship for the Asian students who apply for the international master program. Also, we have a Lee Kuan Yew Scholarship, which is applied for Singaporeans who decide to go overseas study for the master program. So this is considered as third party, some for government, some from specific associations. Also, they have a different terms and conditions apply for the different nationalities. So you can always refer to our website to check from the details. Besides these three types of scholarship, also I want to highlight these three scholarship. Probably is applied for the different nationality. The first one is the Campus France scholarship. So Campus France in every country, they have proposed a different scholarship. What I know is like Indonesia, Vietnam, they have the Campus France scholarship. So please do check with the Campus France website, and you are able to see the scholarship and see the criteria. The second one, which is the faculty scholarship. So this is the scholarship special offer for the Thai students. If you are a Thai student and you decide to go to France study, you are eligible to apply for this scholarship as well. The first two scholarship, so which is Campus Fund scholarship and the faculty scholarship, which requires you to submit the different applications. So please go and check the website and see the deadline. Before you submit the application, you need to get an offer from the university or business school. Then you can propose your application to the campus funds and the faculty associations to apply for the different scholarship. The last scholarship is a QS Impact academic scholarship. So this scholarship is also applied for all the nationalities and the international students. Because ESSEC master program have a very high ranking in QS. Yeah, we have a number 2 in master in marketing, number 3 in master strategy management international business, and the DSB data science business analytics, and the number 7 in master in finance program. So QS also offer this QS impact scholarship and open for public. So amount is around 10,000 euros, and yearly the deadline, which is closed by the following year May. So if you get an offer before the deadline, you can submit the application through QS to apply for this scholarship. So these are the third-party scholarship through Campus Funds, faculty, and QS, which I encourage you to looking for them and pay attention. If you get an offer, you still have a time to apply for the third-party scholarship. So all these type of scholarship is separate. You can apply for multi-one, especially for the last two portion, the third-party scholarship and the government scholarship. You can apply even you already have a scholarship from ESSEC itself. Okay, so in order to prepare your application, you need to follow these different steps, which is a application through with interview and application without interview. Basically, you can open your application portal through the website and form the different informations and submit application with your documents and the request test call. Wait for your result for the seeing for the interview and get a final admission results. So these are the different process. You can always check from the website. We give you the uh, application flow to follow and how you can form your application on time. Lastly, I want to highlight, which is the application process, admission process is the overall assessment. Is not only looking at your GMAT or GPA itself. So this is the overall overview, which is including your academic performance, which is include your GPA, GMAT, GRE, academic achievements. Also, we are looking at your relevant experience, which is your internship. If you already start working, we are looking at your recent years working experience as well. Most important, you need to have a very strong motivation why you want to apply for the program, why you apply for specific campus, and why you apply for ESSEC. And Also, we are looking at your study plans. For some program is very flexible, like master in management. Some program give you the different option. You can choose a different campus, and in between you can do the exchange or double degree. Uh, we want to hear from you how you want to design your curriculum to fulfill your career goals. And most important, as a business school student, you need to have a very clear career goal, what you want to achieve, which market you want to enter, and which position you are looking for. You have to explain how you think the program can help you to achieve the goal. So that's why the program, before you start the application, will request you do a lot of research to understand the program better, to speak to the alumni, to speak to the student ambassador, to have a better preparation. The last things, which is a recommendation letter. So this is also important to remember to get someone know you well and really recognize you and recommend you for the program. So these are the 5 elements we are looking for each candidate. And when you prepare the application, you should always have these 5 factors in your mind. Okay, so now it's time to hand over to our scholars, uh, Mary Hatton and Teresa Fernandez. So Mary Hatton is our current MF students. She's also the academic excellence scholar. So Mary Hatton, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to introduce yourself and probably to share your experience, how you prepare application to get this academic excellence scholarship.
Yes, sure. So I'm a current Master in Finance student here at ESSEC in Singapore. It's already my second year here. I already did the first year in Singapore. So yeah, I did the 2 years program since I had done a bachelor in management before in 3 years. So about the scholarship, I think that for the ESSEC Academic Excellence Scholarship, you need to showcase your GPA and your GMAT as Joni said before. So yeah, really highlight the past academic records, as well as for the Master in Finance, you need the to do a mathematical test like the GMAT or the GRE or the Taj Mahal, I guess. So yeah, really have good performance on those, and as well as show that over the years back in high school and also during after high school, so bachelor or prepa or other studies, just showcase that you had very good academic records, and during the application show a lot of motivations on why do you apply to the Master in Finance, what are your career goals. Just try to be very precise and also be very ambitious. um, and yeah, I think that's it on my side. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mary Hatton. Okay, thanks for your sharing, and I hope your insights will help the attendance and for future candidates as well. And now we are welcome Teresa. Teresa, are you there?
Yep. Hi. Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm Therese. I'm from the Philippines. I'm actually fluent in both English and Filipino. And as Sir John said, I'm a current student taking the MMD, or the Masters in Marketing and Digital. So yeah, I would say just for a few tips. Number one, when you start creating your CV, always make sure like you have all of the experiences that you've had, so that your internships, even other like small classes that you've taken, it might help with the process of your scholarships. Also, when I actually was admitted into ESSEC twice. So the first time was for the 2023 intake. But unfortunately, due to personal reasons, I couldn't do it. And I applied during the fourth round. But for the 2024 intake, Sir Johnny actually mentioned that applications were starting, and he encouraged me to send my application again for the first round, which I did, and I was able to pass, and that's when they offered me the scholarship. So my second tip would be, as early as possible, you should send in your applications. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Teresa. Okay, now we hand over to our Professor Joe, and Joe will conduct his workshop and how you can make your application outstanding and how you can read the best of the ICs and the CVs.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnny. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the students for sharing their experience and for Johnny for setting me up. So as Johnny mentioned, we're talking about how you can get a great scholarship like the students who just spoke. So I'm going to be sharing some tips and best practices as I've looked at tons of applications, what worked, what doesn't, and that's what I'll be sharing today. So we're talking about how to create an outstanding business school application. All right, so Johnny already kind of mentioned some of the key areas, which we'll talk about a little bit later, which are the application, your essays, your CV, and so on. So I'll quickly go through that. But once again, this is a secret for you guys only because you guys were kind enough to join us on how you can stand out from all the other competitors and get you a scholarship here at ESSEC. So fingers crossed for everyone watching and listening today. Okay, so the first advice I would tell you is to be like Sherlock Holmes. By that, I mean, do as much research as you can about the ESSEC, business school, the programs, and I'll be talking about, how to do that here in a little bit. But I think we have a wonderful website, which you can check out, and it has all this great information in here from, the partners we work with, to campus life, to some of the student testimonials, the admission process, and so on. But what I really, really like about this, and I think this is unique to ESSEC, is there's a portion here at the bottom right hand where it says get in touch with our students. This is a wonderful opportunity to speak with some of our students, find out behind the scenes, what is it like to study at ESSEC? What is it like to live and, hopefully work in Singapore? So you can find out what the real story is from them. And all you have to do is go here and click and contact them. So once again, a great opportunity to speak to some of our our students. And it's going to come out helpful here in a little bit. So this is where you want to kind of name drop here. So for example, if you spoke with Nikita, who's one of our students, you say, you know what, I spoke with Nikita and, she told me about this program that you guys are running and it got me really excited. So don't, be ashamed to name drop some of our students. We know our students very well. It's a very tight-knit community here at ESSEC. So feel free to share that. Feel free to share all of the research that you've done either on the website, on forums, third parties, whatever it is, because that shows us that you are committed. So once again, this is a great way to stand out. Okay, now they've already talked about some of the things that stand out for your resume and CV, but I'll quickly add on to some things. So the first thing is to highlight your accomplishments, not necessarily your job duties. Too often than not, people will just say, hey, here's what I did. But what we're looking for is what kind of impact you had in that organization. So a bonus tip I can give you is to use numbers whenever possible. Quantify the work that you've done. If you can't give specific numbers, give ranges or ballpark figures, just so we can get a sense in terms of, the impact you had in either your internship or a previous role. So tip number one is to highlight your achievements with numbers. Already I talked about all the key sections here. So one thing that I think Johnny mentioned is we liked international students. So if you have a language skill, so if you speak maybe 3 or 4 languages, great, put that in your resume. We'd love to hear about that. If you are, taking certifications that are either online about AI or, blockchain, do feel free to put that in there as well too, because it shows us that you're proactive in learning about some of these categories. The third tip I can give you is to customize your essay to the program, the CV and your essay to the program you're applying for. So this should be easy now because you've already done the research. You're already very familiar with the ESSEC program and the program you'll be joining. So you want to include specific keywords. So for example, if it's a strategy consulting program we have here, put that in there so we know that you once again have done some research. Okay, once again, some quick bonus tips. As I've already talked about, if you have language proficiencies, great, put them in there. If you've worked with some big brand names like Google or JP Morgan, great, put that in there. If you haven't, that's okay. Don't feel too bad. What you can do is you can add descriptors for lesser known companies. So let's say you worked with a boutique sustainability firm. Put that in brackets next to the name of the company, just so we know what kind of organization you worked with. You want to use simple language, short sentences, easy to scan. So I use a lot of bullet points in mine. And obviously, make sure there are no grammatical errors or spelling errors. And you can quickly go to any of the tools to do a quick check. All right. So this is the best advice I can give you. And I think I touched on this earlier, is show us, don't tell us. Show us the actual impact that you've had. So here you have two different resumes. One on the left, it's kind of the things that I've talked about, which is just telling us what you did. Doesn't really quantify the impact that you had. So it's a little bit generic. It's going to get lost in the shuffle. Versus the one on the right, they talk about, once again, their GPA. They talk about, some of the impact that they had, whether it was customer satisfaction, the number of calls, the number of people they've trained. These are the type of things we're looking for that helps us really understand the impact you've had in your previous roles and potentially what's the impact you could have in the classroom. So these are all the things that we were looking for in a good CV. All right, so yeah, there's a quick summary right there. Formatting, once again, formatting is always helpful. Okay, perfect. Moving along, we'll be talking about motivation statement tips. So this is where your essays come into play. So it's really, really important that you understand, firstly, why you want to join ESSEC, why you want to join the, for example, Master's in Finance program. Be very, very specific, because we need you to align your specific needs, your desires, your professional goals with the program you're applying for. That's got to be really, really important, because we have to see how your interests align with the program you're going to be joining. So once again, we want to see that very, very clearly. Once again, talk about your personal belief, your professional beliefs, your values. What are some of the things that you're passionate about? For example, that ESSEC, based on your research, has this entrepreneurial spirit. We have some great entrepreneurs who have graduated from the program. It's, hey, I'm really passionate about that. I would like to become an entrepreneur one day. And I know that that's something that is part of ESSEC's values. That's what really drew me to the program. So these are the examples we're looking for. We talk about, highlight your ambitions, your goals, your beliefs. And then, we have to know how you're going to contribute to the program. It's great that obviously it's going to contribute to your professional goals, which it 100% should. But as faculty, as students who will be joining us, it's really, really important that you're able to showcase how you're able to contribute to the program you're joining. So for example, let's say that you've done leadership projects in the past. Talk about how you'll bring some of that leadership to the classroom. For some of our students, they come from non-business backgrounds. So some of them come from chemicals or logistics. Talk about how you're going to bring a different perspective to the classroom. For many of the students who maybe have business degrees, how would a physics or chemistry background help add some, add things to the mix? So once again, these are the things that we're looking for. Not only how it's going to impact you personally, but obviously how it's going to impact, the classroom, the students, the faculty that you'll be working with. So these three things have to be very, very clearly in your motivation statements, for example. Okay. Once again, I think for the essays, the big difference, people always ask me, what's the difference between the essay and my CV? Can I just copy and paste? Well, your essay should be more of a story. It should be having a beginning, middle, and end, and it should tell us, where you want to be, where you've started, and where you want to be. Sorry, where you started, what you're currently doing, and where you want to be. Tell us that journey, because that's what we'd love to hear. And that's something you can't really do in a CV. So once again, if you're good at storytelling, include that in there. As I mentioned, show some examples if you are, internationally experienced. So let's say you, studied overseas or you've worked overseas. Let us know about it because we'd love to find out more about your international experience because that's what we'd love here at ESSEC. I talked about creating a clear narrative, a story of what you've previously done, what you're currently doing, and what your future ambitions are. Obviously, I talked about earlier, tying in your research that you've done to your essays. So we know that this person has really done the research. They're really passionate about joining ESSEC, and we want to get them on board and hopefully give them a good scholarship. Lastly, let your personality shine. We like colorful characters. I guess you could put that way, as you could see from our students, full of life, different dynamics. So feel free to let your personality shine. Okay, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's go through some of the questions. So for example, tell us why you're, applying for the program. What motivated you to join? So this is based on a real life example of a response. And once again, I won't go through all of this in too much detail, but I want to quickly highlight what they did well and what they can improve upon. So let's start with what they can improve upon. As you can see, the parts in red tend to be a bit generic. So I like the MIM program because it's flexibility. Great. What does that mean? It's customizable. Great. It's practical. Perfect. Those are all absolutely correct. But what is it about? Give us a specific example so we know that you've kind of done your research and you're not just throwing in buzzwords in there. So once again, talk about ESSEC here. Once again, talk about French, why you're interested in the French culture, studying in France, French language. In this case, I talked about leadership in the European Union, the unique system that France has. So this shows us, once again, that you've done your research, you understand the advantages of joining a French school or maybe working and studying in France later on. And that goes to show here. So another thing they talk about is, a specific chair, a specific program. Now they're specifically pulling out from the website a program that they saw was interesting, in this case, shaping the future of finance. And they said, that excited me. I want to be part of that. Great. And then this is what I like as well, too, because too often than not, I ask students, what are your career goals? And they say, I want to go into finance. And I say, okay, great. But what does it actually mean? So I love here that they put exploring private equity and investment banking in finance as their apprentice. Beautiful. So I know what kind of role you want to do, which area of finance, and where you want to eventually work, which in this case is France. Crystal clear, perfect example of your future goals, very clear. So you're seeing a bit of a common thread here, right? I'm using the more specific examples, the better, because that shows us you've done your research and you're very, very clear on what you want to do. Okay, so we talked about, reflecting on your values, sharing your motivations. Now let's quickly shift gears and talk about your experience and career goals. So in addition to finding out why you're interested in joining ESSEC, we want to know a little bit more about your experience and career goals. And this is where the storytelling element comes into play. So in this case, it talks about, I've worked in top investment banks. Great. Cite those specific investment banks because, once again, we would love to hear which ones those are. They want to work in venture capital later on, and they want to become a successful entrepreneur one day. Okay, great. If you have an idea in terms of what kind of company or what kind of area you want to focus on, that's even better. But once again, the key here is to be specific and tell us a story. Okay, I think this kind of sums this up perfectly. So your essays should be essentially what you're currently doing, where you want to be, and ESSEC is essentially that bridge to get you there. That's why we're here. That's why we're so passionate about being with you here today, because we want to be the bridge between your current role and where you want to be in the future. If you can articulate that very clearly, then I think you'll do quite well in terms of your essays. Okay, I will quickly go through the third thing, which is recommendations. So you want to get the recommendations from the right people. So it could be your ex-boss. Hopefully you have a better boss than this one right here. But you have a good boss, your colleagues, your clients. If you've just graduated, you don't have that much experience. Could be your professors, could be a community leader. So we look at a mix of obviously your academic or once again, your community, as well as your professional, which is your bosses, your clients, your partners, etc. So in getting the right recommendations, it's really important that you get people that you know well. Too often than not, say, can I get a CEO to write a letter about me? And it will say, oh, if they have no experience working with you, it's probably not going to be a very good recommendation. So work with people who know you very well. Outline your key achievements because they may have forgotten. Include deadlines. So, hey, if you could write this for me by March 3rd, for example, give them a sufficient amount of time. I think many people wait to the very last minute and they try to cram in and get a referral letter at the very minute. So once again, I won't go through all of this. You're welcome to take a screenshot and you can share the slides after this. But ask for a recommendation the right way. People always ask me, when is the right time to ask? And I said, if you've just finished a project and the client or your boss is very happy, that's the best time to ask for a recommendation letter. Can you still ask for a recommendation a year or two, previously? Of course. If you have a good relationship with those people, absolutely. So in this example, I've just went ahead and I've drafted a letter that you could send out just when you're getting a recommendation from. So first, you want to be very thankful. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your mentorship. Thank you for whatever it is. Kindly like to request a recommendation for blank. I'm applying for ESSEC's Master's in Finance program, for example. Be very, very clear. Highlight the qualities or achievements that you would like to put in there so it makes it easier for them. And then talk about, once again, your clear aspirations. So I'm joining this program because I want to work in hedge funds, for example. This makes it really, really easy for them to help draft it for you. Or you can, once again, reverse engineer it where you could say, hey, if you could send me 3 to 5 things you think I did really well, I'll draft it on your behalf. I'll send it back to you. If you're okay with it, then we can use that. So that makes it a little bit easier on the other person. Okay, so obviously you want to make sure that all of your applications, your essays, everything is free of grammar, spelling errors. And for many of us, English may not be our native language. That's so completely fine. There's a lot of free tools like Grammarly that'll help you make it a little bit more, not only grammatically correct, but make it more coherent and flow better. I tend to read it out loud or have the computer read it out loud for me so I can hear it, and that helps me as well. Obviously seek feedback because you may speak with a former boss or a mentor and they can give you a very different perspective they may not have gotten. So make sure that you seek feedback from someone you respect, and they will help you refine your application that much more. All right, I have a bunch of tips on editing I'm happy to share later on, but just a quick recap of the three components. So first is your resume and CV. We talked about highlighting your achievements with numbers whenever possible. We talked about your motivational statement. Be very, very clear, where your past is, what you're currently doing, and what you want to be doing in the future, and how ESSEC is going to help you reach those goals. For the references, once again, we talked about go with people you know well, people you've worked with, and give them as much detail as possible so they can create a nice reference letter for you. So those are the 3 components of a really, really stellar application, which will hopefully get you a scholarship. So 3 things to remember before I wrap things up. The first is be like Sherlock Holmes. Do as much research as you can about the program you're applying. Cite those examples, those reference points in your essays, and it's going to help you stand out a lot. showcase your passion about why you're interested in joining the program, which I think will come through in number 1. And number 3, let your personality shine. As you can tell, I'm quite a character. And once again, this is what we'd like to see, is people who, don't kind of break the mold. Okay, perfect. Now I know this is a webinar, and I think we won't have any necessary questions, but if, Johnny and I can answer any questions, probably offline, happy to do so. Otherwise, hopefully you found this session helpful and you were able to see you on campus very soon with a scholarship. So thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. And with that, once again, welcome to Connect with me. Entirely up to you. Otherwise, I will pass it over to Johnny. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Thanks for your very insightful tips for all the attendance. And before we go for the Q&A sessions, I just want to share my slides again. So just now I have a mission before you're going for the programs, decide which program is most suitable for you. You have a lot of things to do. You need to do a lot of research to understand the program structure, to speak to the student ambassador, current student alumni, to understand the school culture better, to make decision. Before you make decision, to know more about the school, know more about the program, which is, I want to introduce one of our upcoming program, which is our ESSEC Business Leadership Immersion Program. Okay, why I introduce this program? Because this is actually delivered in ESSEC Singapore campus, which is happened by this December. Is combine all of start lectures. We will give you 10 days time, which is the first full days for the full days training. We will focus on the marketing. We will focus on the finance, geopolitics, and entrepreneurship as well. We will give you the insights how we deliver the program to the students. And this is also the best opportunity for you to understand how the business school deliver the program. Besides, this is also simulations, which is you will able to, using your knowledge and skills learned from the lectures, to apply for the business simulation. So basically, this is like a program, winter program, business program, plus simulation and a competition. So 10 days time is happen in ESSEC Business School Singapore campus by mid of December, which is start from 11th of December and to 20th of December. So through this 10 days program, you will have a better understanding how the business school, especially for top French business school, ESSEC business school, how we deliver the program, how we apply our learning by doing concept, and how we apply for our sensibility strategy into the real business. So I have listed down the structure here, and we do have these course brochures. And if you are interested, you can scan the QR code to understand the program better. So I think this is like 12 classes, 10 days time for you to understand the business concept better. So this is open for the current university students, and even you just graduate, probably less than 2 or 3 years, we are welcome you to apply. So we hope this 10 days program to give you an idea how to become a future business leaders. So you can scan the QR code to find out more information. Okay, so we have probably 6 to 7 minutes time. So we want to address all the Q&A sessions, questions. So if you have questions, feel free to using the Q&A box to raise up your questions. We will answer right now. So Joe, I will just pick up the questions. If I can answer, I will direct answer. So some questions, I think if you are better to answer, I will direct to you. Okay, first question is asking about whether you can, if you are a high school student, whether you can apply. So sorry, for the master program, you have to graduate from the bachelor degree. Doesn't matter 3 years or 4 years, but you need to have a complete degree holders. Then you are eligible to apply for our master. Okay, the second question asking about the master in management program due degree with the CMU, which is a Carnegie Mellon University from America. Okay, so as you know, just now I showed the slides for master in management. We have more than 100 exchange program, and there are 15 double degree program. So usually this is happening in the level 2, year 2 of the master degree, which is we call M2 level. So in order to get the double degree or exchange, you have to admit for the Master in Management program first. And usually before 6 months before you go to the M2 level, which is year 2, you will start applications to the partner university. So you have an option to apply for double degree. You have an option to apply for the exchange. Of course, different university, they have different preferences. So based on your GPA, which is when you study with the ESSEC for the first year, based on the GPA, based on your academic performance. Also, some university may look at your GMAT as well. They will select the students who are able to accept for the double degree options. So in order to complete the intentional exposure, experience is one of the graduation requirements for Master in Management program. But however, different students, they have different options. So for single students, you can apply for the multi-universities, and at the end of the day, you can pick up one of the programs you want to go. So if you want to get more information, actually internally we have this website to sharing all the exchange partners and the double degrees for our internal students. It's not really open for the public because in order to apply for any double degree, you have to admit for the ESSEC master program first. Okay, so I hope I answer your questions. Next questions, which is about the ESSEC curriculum, how to focus on the Singapore compared with the main campuses. Yeah, I think this is a good question. I would like to comment, which is we are the same school, ESSEC France campus, ESSEC Singapore campus. Even the curriculums, we are designed quite similar with using the same standard. But important things, which is the resources are different, which means when you study with the France campus, you will get all the resources, which is from the connection with the companies, connection with the industries, and connection with the alumni is all based in Europe. But if you study in Singapore, you will get all the connection from the Asian companies or Singapore-based companies. So that's why when you make the decisions which campus is the best fit for you, this will link to your motivation and also link to your future career plans. So as an Asian student, if you want to aim to work in Singapore, work in Asia, you should focus on Singapore campus because curriculums are the same for the both campuses, but the connection and the resources provided are different, which is the Singapore campus will provide the resources more linked to your careers and more able to support you for the future career in Asia and in Singapore. Okay, next questions, which is whether the contents and whether the curriculum or contents follow the latest trends. Yeah, definitely. Yes. So probably I give an overview because you can see our website, our brochures, every year we have changes. We have update the new trends from the market. For example, for our strategy management international business program, we have changed the past trends. In the past, we have two major consultant and the corporate. But in this year, we have applied for the new tracks on for this program. So there is a global business management, there is a global accessibility and innovation. So we do see the changes from the market. So we are applying for those changes and demanding for our program. Like recent year, AI is popular. So now we are applying for AI's strategies to most of our program. Yeah, probably Joe, you want to give a complementary answer, especially focus on the MMD programs. How you see the new trends apply for the program as well.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's one thing that makes ESSEC unique, particularly in Asia Pacific, is a lot of the faculty come from a practitioner background. So even for myself, I'm teaching, but I'm running a marketing consultancy and working with Fortune 500 companies. Even for some of our faculty in finance, they're finance professionals. Our economists are actual economists in the working world. So I think that helps keeps things fresh, and we're always trying to stay up to date and share that with our students. So I think it's definitely something we try to do not only every semester, but week on week. For me, even week on week, I'm always trying to figure out what's new and apply that in the classroom. So yes, to answer your question.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Then we move to the next questions. We are asking about whether ESSEC will offer introduction courses to support those applicants with a non-business background? Yeah, the answer is definitely yes. So if you're looking at the course structures, we have some program, we have a term zero. So those term zero actually, especially for preparation course, we call refresher courses. So those courses is apply to support for those non-business students, or even for those students, probably they from business background, but they're already working for a few years and that they may a little bit far away from the academy. So we give the refresher modules for them to pick up the knowledge, relevant knowledge, for them to better understanding the current curriculum and the better preparation for the certain programs. Okay, next questions, which is whether that ESSEC offer internship specific for students in Asia region and which company industry? Yeah, good questions. So ESSEC have this learning concept, which is learning by doing. So through all our programs, start from bachelor degree, master degree, even our MBA program, they all have attached internships. So we do believe you need to learn from the classroom, learn from the lecture. Also, you need to apply your knowledge to the workplaces. So that's why the learning by doing concept come up. So answer back to your question, which is the answer is yes. All our program there is a design internship, which is compulsory and equivalent to at least 50 CETS, which is credits. And also this is they are the requirements before your graduation. So especially in Singapore, we do have this visa support. So if you are familiar with the Singapore education system, you will know most of the foreigners who holding student visa in Singapore does not allow to work, do the full-time job. But there is exemption cases for public university and Singapore government invite university, which in total probably less than 10 to 15 higher education institutions. But ESSEC is one of them, which means our students allowed to using student visa to do the part-time job and can do the full-time internship. So this is really the benefit for our foreigner students who support them in future careers, which internship compulsory and under the student visa. Through the internship, they will have a better understanding about the industry and give them the enough time to looking for getting the full-time jobs after they complete the internship program. Okay, and the next questions, which is asking about the GPA. So what's the ideal GPA we are looking for the program? So ideally, we are looking students who have probably 75% of the GPA in your degree studies. But however, we understand the different university, they have a different system. And probably if you study with the high ranking or reputation university, it's hard to achieve the higher GPA. So ideally, it's 75%. Also, for some programs, we request GMAT and the GRE, which we do the combine. So we combine your GPA and the GMAT GRE together as academic abilities. So we do the overall assessment. So if you feel like your GPA a little bit lower, I suggest which is try to get a higher GMAT, can be a complementary for your lower GPA. Okay, next questions, which is asking about the GMAT, average GMAT for the data science program. So for all of our master program, actually, we do not have a minimum requirement. So we encourage all students with the GMAT score or GRE score, you can apply. But GMAT and GRE is just one of the indicator, but it's not the key indicator. So besides the GMAT, also we are looking at your GPAs, also looking at your motivation, recommendation letter, and the career plan as well. So just now, Joe already have a brief view of the elements admission team we are looking for. So GMAT is only the one of the indicator, but it's not the key indicator. But if you ask me about the average GMAT, I can give you roughly a range, probably around 615 to 625. For this is a new focus edition GMAT. So this is probably a average score for the program, for the DSP program. Okay, next questions, which is whether ESSEC offer one-to-one application consulting services to Chinese students. Okay, so if you follow us very recently or frequently, you will know Joe and myself, we are conduct these application tips before each round close. So actually, we just did one round last week. So this is a similar session as the other day, but we are providing more customized solutions for you to how you can outstand your applications. So do contact with me and contact with Joe, and we are happy to offer these services to address your concerns and make your application better. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of questions. Okay, I just speak up and pick up the key questions to answer. Okay, so next questions is asking about the ESSEC curriculum includes specific modules or activities to help students adapt the working environments in Asian market. Yeah, probably I think Joe, you should answer these questions. So beside the curriculum, what kind of the soft skills we are helping students to build up for them, especially to fit for the Asian job markets?
Absolutely. My mic's still on. So, yes. So one of the things we do in addition to the actual curriculum is I work closely with Career Services, and they run workshops. I ran one last month on networking, so how to build relationships with hiring managers here in Singapore and Southeast Asia. So that's one of the workshops they run. Another workshop that I've worked on is public speaking. So how do you sound articulate when you're presenting in a meeting or you're presenting in a job interview? So these are some of the additional value-added workshops that the ESSEC students are able to take a part of in addition to the curriculum. So we really want to help you find a job, and that's why we offer these additional workshops for you.
Okay, thank you, Joe. So next questions. Can you introduce the employment policies in France or in Europe for international students? Okay, so I think you are asking about the visa supporting policies. So I would like to highlight in both France and Singapore, there is a visa to support for foreigner students to working there. So in France, there is this visa called APS. French name and English name is called permanent resident permit. So we are allowed the foreigner student who graduate from the top university and the business school to stay in Europe, not only France, stay in the whole Europe, work for 1 year. Sorry, the EU is not Europe, is the EU. EU member countries to work for 1 year. And in Singapore, this visa is called long-term social visit pass, which is the only offer for public university, and the Singapore government invite university and the business school, which is IDA is one of them. So after you complete the program in IDA Business School Singapore campus, you will eligible to apply for this 1 year long-term social visit pass to allow you stay in Singapore for 1 year looking for full-time jobs. So this is a visa policy to support you as a foreigner student to looking for full-time opportunity in both countries. Okay, the next question is the student asking, is necessary to have an internship or working experience from famous or huge companies or relevant experience is enough for the applications? I can give you the answer first. Probably it's good to have, but it's not must to have. Yeah, if you already have a certain years of experience with the big companies, you do have enough international exposure, which is definitely benefit of your application. But if you don't have it, it's fine, because most of our program, master programs are open for fresh graduates. So some of them, they do not have working experience, especially for the full-time working experience. But do remember to highlight your strengths. Even you are fresh graduates, but probably during your university studies, you have exchange or double degree experience. You do the internships, probably you have attend like a global academic achievements or competitions. All this can be highlighted in your essays, and you can become a good applications even you do not have a full-time working experience. Okay, the next question is asking about how the alumni networking in Singapore and what kind of the support or opportunity do they provide for the graduates? Okay, good questions. So because ISAC have a very strong alumni networking, so globally we have more than 71,000 alumni. So in different countries we have alumni chapters. So especially in Singapore, we have a Singapore alumni chapter, and I do see the members is over 1,000. I think 2,000 or 3,000 members there. So what we do is usually the alumni chapter will organize the events. So they will invite the alumni, also invite the current students to participate for the networking, and also during the programs, school will invite the guest speakers, which is our alumni, to sharing the sessions or give the industry relevant speech to our students, for them to understand how the business trends, how the important skills they need to have before they go into the job market. And besides also for different master program, we have business trips. So during the business trips, our student will visit the specific market. For example, like this year, our MMD student went to Hong Kong. Our SME program went to Dubai. So during the 1 week trips, they will visit companies, they will speak to the recruiters, they will meet the alumni, and through the business trip, they will looking for the connections and looking for the internship opportunities with the alumni members. So all this is supporting from the alumni group. And ESSEC have such very strong alumni to give enough support to our current students. Okay, and the next question is the student preparing for the IELTS. Okay, so you are looking for the specific language of presentation. Yeah, no problem. You can always follow our WeChat with those Chinese platforms. So we do the specific language webinar as well. I hope can help you as well in the future. Okay. Yeah, I think I have clear out the questions. Yeah, it's quite a lot of questions. But don't worry about that. You can always contact us. And Joe and myself here, we are helping all the applicants to prepare applications. Okay, thanks for everyone to stay with us. So I think this is the last session for tonight. But please continue to stay with us. And tomorrow we have another sessions, and the Thursday also we have another program sessions. So this 1 whole week, we will give you the full experience for you to understand ESSEC Business School, why we are outstanding, and why we are what we are stand for. Okay, so continue to stay with us, and through the experience week, through the webinar, we want to deliver the best learning experience for you and make your application outstanding. Thank you so much, and thanks for Professor Zhou with us, and we hope to see you soon. And